Apple just made a decision that changes everything about the streaming box market in 2026. And the most surprising part is not the chip inside it. It is the price. Early reports suggest the Apple TV 4K 2026 could arrive at $129 for the base model. The same starting point as before, but with upgrades under the hood that make this the most significant generational leap the Apple TV has seen in years. If you're sitting on an older Apple TV, a Fire TV Stick, a Roku Ultra, or even a Google TV streamer, you need to hear this before you spend a single dollar. Here is what is actually changing. And here's who should buy, wait, or walk away entirely. The biggest upgrade coming to the 2026 Apple TV 4K is the chip. Apple is widely expected to move to an A16 or A17 Pro class processor, a significant jump from the A15 Bionic that powered the current 2022 model. In real-world terms, that means faster app launching, smoother 4K HDR playback, better frame interpolation, and a device that will feel premium for the next 5 to 6 years without slowdown. Think about that for a second. Most streaming boxes feel sluggish within 2 years. Apple's ecosystem advantage here is real, but that is not the biggest change. The processor upgrade is also enabling something that no streaming box in this price category has done properly before. On-device Apple Intelligence processing. We're talking about a Siri that actually understands context, smarter content recommendations that learn your behavior without sending your data to a remote server, and faster, smoother integration with HomeKit devices throughout your home. Roku cannot do this. Amazon's Fire TV cannot do this. Google TV handles some AI features, but the processing happens in the cloud, not locally on your device. This is a fundamental ecosystem advantage that changes the long-term value of this purchase. Most buyers comparing streaming boxes are looking at specs on a chart. That is the wrong approach. The real comparison is about which platform gets smarter over time and which one stays relevant for the next 5 years. Right now, the 2022 Apple TV 4K sits at $129 and is still a genuinely capable device. If you already own one, the decision gets more nuanced. But if you are on anything older, the third-generation Apple TV, a 2019 model, or a budget Roku, the 2026 upgrade represents a serious long-term investment in your home entertainment setup. Here is something almost nobody is talking about right now. The 2026 Apple TV is expected to deepen its integration with Apple's Vision Pro ecosystem. That means spatial audio improvements, better AirPlay 3 performance, and, if reports are accurate, potential for the Apple TV to act as a local processing hub for connected Apple devices in your home. If you own a MacBook Pro, an iPhone 15 or 16, or AirPods Pro, the 2026 Apple TV does not just sit behind your television. It becomes a central node in your Apple ecosystem. That kind of ecosystem lock-in sounds limiting on paper, but in real-world daily use, it means every device in your home communicates faster, more reliably, and more intelligently. Samsung's Tizen platform and Google's Android TV ecosystem both offer connected experiences, but neither integrates at the hardware and software level that Apple controls end-to-end. Now let us talk about where the benchmarks get interesting. The A15 Bionic in the current Apple TV 4K 2022 is already faster than any chip in a Roku Ultra, Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max, or Google TV streamer. It is not close. Those devices run on MediaTek or M-Logic processors that are designed to be cheap, not powerful. Moving to an A16 or A17 class chip puts the 2026 Apple TV 4K in an entirely different conversation. In CPU benchmark comparisons, the A17 Pro scores roughly 35 to 40% higher in multi-core performance than the A15. In GPU performance, which directly affects how smooth your visual experience is, the improvement is closer to 20%. What does that mean when you're watching television? It means the 2026 Apple TV will handle Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and high frame rate content without dropping frames. It means the interface stays fluid even with multiple apps running in the background. And it means your Apple Arcade games will run at higher frame rates with better visual fidelity than anything a $50 streaming stick can offer. For casual viewers who just want Netflix and Disney Plus, some of that power will feel visible. But for anyone using their Apple TV for gaming, HomeKit management, or as a creative hub connected to a professional workflow, this chip upgrade is not optional. It is exactly what you have been waiting for. Here is the part that changes the buying decision for upgraders specifically. If you're on the 2022 Apple TV 4K, the 2026 model is a meaningful upgrade, but not a mandatory one. The A15 will continue receiving software support for several more years. The visual experience on your display is already excellent. You're not leaving significant quality on the table by waiting another cycle. But if you are on anything older than the 2021 or 2022 generation, you are already behind. App loading times, visual processing, and software compatibility are beginning to diverge. And if you're currently on a Roku, a Fire TV, or a Google Chromecast, the math here is simple. The 2026 Apple TV 4K at an expected $129 to $149 price point is not just a streaming device. It is a platform investment. Roku Ultra runs $99. The Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max runs $59 on sale. But those devices will not gain meaningful AI capabilities. They will not integrate with a broader hardware ecosystem, and they will not receive 5 to 6 years of active software development. Spending an extra $50 to $90 for the Apple TV 4K 2026 versus a premium Roku or Fire TV is not a luxury purchase. Over a 5-year ownership window, that price difference works out to less than $20 per year. For a device that sits in your living room every single day, that math is straightforward. So here is the final verdict, broken down by who you actually are. If you're a casual viewer on a current Roku or Fire TV with no other Apple devices, the 2026 Apple TV is still worth considering, but the ecosystem advantage matters less without other Apple products. You will get better performance and a far smoother interface, but the full value multiplies when combined with other Apple hardware. If you're a casual Apple user with an iPhone and AirPods, this is a smart $129 to $149 investment. The seamless handoff, shared subscriptions, and Apple Intelligence features will make your daily entertainment experience noticeably better. If you're a power user, creator, or professional with an Apple-first household, the 2026 Apple TV 4K is a clear buy. The ecosystem value, processing power, and long-term software support make this a 5 to 6 year investment that justifies the price on day one. If you're on the 2022 Apple TV 4K wait, there is no urgent reason to upgrade right now. The current model will remain capable well into 2027. Let the 2026 model mature for one software cycle. Watch for any first-run issues and revisit this decision when the real-world reviews come in. If you're on anything older than 2021, upgrade immediately. The performance gap is wide enough now that you are genuinely compromising your experience with every passing month. The 2026 Apple TV 4K is shaping up to be the most compelling streaming device Apple has ever built. Not because of one breakthrough feature, but because of how everything works together at a price point that finally makes the ecosystem argument undeniable. Before you make your final call, there is one more development on the horizon that could affect this buying decision in ways most people have not considered yet. We are covering that in full very soon.